The next product I want to come on and talk about is Thieves mouthwash. So this is not just your oil product. This actually comes in the Thieves starter kit, and it is a little spicy. I dilute mine to 1/3 with water. It's up to you. It was too spicy for me, so I diluted to 1/3. And one time I accidentally did not realize I hadn't diluted it yet, and I used it fully, and I still have not adapted. So some things this is really handy for, that I use it for, are not only for mouth, washing your mouth as a typical mouthwash after you brush your teeth, before you brush your teeth, bad breath, whatever. I get some random, sometimes cold sores, canker sores, not really sure what they are, in my mouth. And I will switch this around and I'll be gone within the afternoon. Like, I normally catch them in the afternoon, evening time is when I'm like, oh, that's kind of bothering me. One swish, capful, gone by the night. It's crazy. And at first I was like, does that happen? By the time the third random time it happened and I used that, I was like, wow, that's the mouthwash that's killing it right away. So that's one thing I've used it for. I also have used this for athlete's foot. If you search athlete's foot in the desk reference, it talks about using the mouthwash. So I've used it. If you know anything about athlete's foot, it's really hard to treat. And I did notice it doing better. However, athlete's foot you also want to keep dry. So it's like a catch-22. You put it on, you gotta let it dry, and it's a lot of work. However, athlete's foot is super hard to get rid of. So, your Thieves mouthwash. However, I was just studying the Thieves mouthwash in my essential oil pocket. No, this is my desk reference. And it was comparing on here, just like your common brand versus the Thieves. And one thing I did not know was this base is water. However, most brands are an alcohol base, which I thought was interesting. This has no preservatives in it. So if you know anything, you're like, okay, well, surely it has to have a preservative in it to keep it good. However, they use lipase, or liposomes, not lipase, liposomes. And they have done some different studies. And in 1999, there was a study. I encourage you to go look this up. A 1990 study at Humboldt University in Berlin, Germany. Researchers using an observer-blind, randomized crossover design found that median plaque reductions generated by twice daily mouthwash, essential oil mouth rinses, were 23% greater than a placebo. They use thyme, peppermint, wintergreen, and eucalyptus in this essential oil mouthwash. So anyway, it goes on to talk about how much better it did than the placebo. So these controlled release liposomes are a key ingredient in Thieves mouthwash. These liposomes adhere to either tooth enamel or the mucous membranes in the mouth that have two primary benefits of using this technology. One, it has the controlled release of the active ingredients, and it also protects the ingredients. So that's why we don't need a preservative. So you're like, okay, what is in the Thieves mouthwash? Well, water is your key ingredient. You then have lecithin, Quillaja saponara wood extract, potassium sorbate, stevioside, which is the sweetener, alpha tocopherol, colloidal silver, citric acid, and then your essential oils, which are including peppermint, Thieves, which Thieves has clove, lemon, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus radiata, and rosemary. Also has spearmint and vetiver. So if you do not have the Thieves mouthwash, I encourage you to get it. If you do decide that you want to dilute it, for me, because it's too spicy for me, I will pour 2/3 of this into a mason jar and label it mouthwash. And then I fill the rest with Berkey water. I highly suggest using distilled water or Berkey water, or some kind of filtered water. So 1/3 mouthwash, fill the rest with water. When I finish the bottle, I'll pour half of that 2/3 of the mouthwash in here, fill the rest with water, and so forth. So this actually seemed to last me about 2 months when I diluted it, and I was using it twice a day when I was regularly using it. So there's all about your Thieves mouthwash.